Hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan. I just want to make this understood because I've been through it. And I like to share my experiences because when you share your life experience, it helps somebody else who been through something similar or worse. That's why when you make it through a situation, it's never bad to relive it because that can help you stay humble and keep your ground so you never think you're higher than you might. Then it helps you never think you're higher than you are, basically. Here's what I'm saying. You can go through life and get scarred so bad, and then you can get all the money in the world. It's not going to fix that. You can have the best wife or husband in the world. It's not going to fix that. You can take every drug in the world, but it's not going to fix that. All this material stuff that people think is going to fix your pain will not happen. Here's what it does. When you take drugs, the drug just eases your ability to deal with the reality that you are scarred. It puts your mind in a place of peace to think about other stuff. Once the drug wears off, and then, oh yeah, it also numbs your muscles and your mind and your nerves so you don't think about nothing. You just feel good all day. Once it wears off, you feel it again. Getting a new house, that feeling excites you because you feel like you just did something with your life. You feel like you made progress, you moved up in the world. Once that feeling's gone, it's gone. Get that new car, that thing is a beautiful sight to you. It helps you numb the pain of whatever you're hurt by. Have that car for a couple of days, your pain will come right back. Get a lot of money, that money will make you feel good unto a certain degree because you ain't got no one that you love to share it with, or you never did nothing right with it when you had it. Here's the reason people think having material stuff or moving out of a situation is supposed to make you help you forget it. They think that once God or life or karma or the universe or chi takes you out of a bad situation, you're supposed to forget it. But people fail to realize you're still on this earth, you're still human. Everything and everyone is connected through memories and chi and energy, which is all the same thing. Your memories don't leave you no matter how well in life you do. Why? It's a spiritual thing. Doesn't matter how much physically you grow up, or how well financially you do, or how much you gain materially, until you get that I'm sorry from the people that hurt you, until you get that I need closure from the people that scarred me, until you truly hear I'm sorry about what I did, I wish it never happened, I can't take it back, but can we start over? You will never get peace out of that. Never. And the only reason people ever gain material stuff or do drugs is because they're trying to cope with pain that was never resolved correctly. Some people don't even want to look back on it because they feel like a failure, or they just don't want to look back on it because they don't want to ruin their life. Or some people tend to think that if they do, they're not being grateful to the Heavenly Father for taking them out of their situation. And a lot of people fail to realize no matter how much stuff you gain, let me say it this way, drugs just help you cope with stuff you lost. Like drugs help you gain a somewhat of peace in your body from the stuff you lost as a child. Yeah, people fail to realize you spiritually hold a lot of demons that just because you get new stuff, it doesn't always take that away. Closure is what heals everything. Simple I'm sorry and meaning it helps heal everything. Yeah, you might have to yell, scream, holler, cry, fight, but at the end of the day, at least you got your closure. And some people done scarred people and done so much dirt to people for so long and it added up over the years that they can't say sorry because they either A don't want to acknowledge it because they feel like crap or B they don't care. Because it was done to them, so I did it to someone else, so why am I wrong? No one ever showed me love, so I did what was done to me to someone else, so no one ever said sorry to me, so why should I say sorry? You know what I mean? People fail to realize scars last eternally. Physically, they may heal, but spiritually, they never do. You can do as well as you want to in life, but them scars will never heal until the people that hurt you say, I'm sorry, and mean it. Then y'all can go y'all separate ways. But until that I'm sorry actually comes, you will be scarred forever. And people say time heals all wounds. No, it doesn't heal your wounds, it just helps you hide from them. Nothing on this planet is permanently healed, it's just hidden under a band aid, metaphorically speaking. Material stuff. That's why if you ever get with a person who's scarred from life, learn to understand where they're coming from. And you be like, oh, well, I'm tired of hearing you complain about this. I'm tired of hearing you complain about that. Oh, I thought you were already over that. Oh, why are you still letting it bother you? Oh, like we're together, we're in a better place. Why are you still getting affected by it? Two things the person needs to understand is one, obviously you didn't have to deal with that. And two, you have to realize that person went through stuff they did not ask to go through and they never got closure for it. So until they get closure, that stuff will never stop haunting them. Ever. And the more demons see that you don't get closure, the more they're going to mess with you about it. Till you get closure or till you pass away. It's going to be one or the other. And like I said before, there's people that done so much damage to a person that they themselves can't say I'm sorry because they don't want to face it because either stuff was done to them to cause them to do it to you and they don't care because no one ever cared about them. So they're like, why say sorry if no one ever said sorry to me? Or B, they're just so ashamed that they don't want to say it because they feel bad, like they ruined someone else's life for no reason, just because they got scarred, so they scarred someone else. So just letting you know. So if you get with someone who's scarred, learn to understand because you never had to battle what they had to, and you didn't have to go through what they went through. So try to be understanding to the situation, even if you don't understand it. Just say, I'm here for you. I love you. I understand. We're going to get through this together. Please don't do that. Thought you were already over this. Why is it still bothering you? Just let it go. I thought we already got through this. Oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do? Don't say that because you're going to make that person think you don't care and shut you out. And I'm going to tell you one of the deepest, darkest truths about relationships most people won't ever get. The reason why most people's relationships don't last is because there's no communication. Meaning, if one spouse is going through something, the other one doesn't always want to hear it because either A, they don't understand, or B, they're just not trying to get dragged down with your stress. It's not they don't care, they just don't. It's either they either don't want to see you like that or they can't do nothing about it. And it's sad but true. A lot of people can't do anything about it, but the whole moral is just listen to your partner and understand they're still scarred by it. You may not have had to go through it, but the person you're married to or dating did. And it will mean the world to them if you learn how to listen to what they deal with so that way they can release those demons into the atmosphere and they can let it go. Until they let it go, you're going to have to either deal with it or leave them. One of the two. But I hope you stay around and help them deal with it because if you leave them, that's just going to show them they can't trust nobody. And then one fate worse than that, and I don't think I want to say it on here, but let's just say it has to do with nuanide or fooified. I don't want to say the actual word. But yeah, if people are going through stuff, as a partner, just be there and try to listen and hear it out, man. Please. Because you don't know what that person has battled before they knew you. Just like they don't know what you battled before you knew them. Y'all asked Jesus to bring y'all together, and the one thing you have to remember is the person you're with is not perfect. I don't care how much money they have, how good they look, how well they're doing, how educated they are. Somewhere in their genetics, they're scarred. Somewhere mentally, they're scarred. Physically, they're scarred. Emotionally, they're scarred. Everyone has a different level of being scarred, and some people's are just worse than others. So if you want your spouse to listen to your scars, listen to theirs. And here's a little fact: Jesus has to hear everyone's. Let me say it again. Jesus has to hear everyone's problems. He's a spirit, so he can handle that. But as far as being human, if you love the person, handle it with them. Don't give them wrong advice when they ask you stuff. Hear it and care. If you want them to care about you, you got to do the same thing. Works both ways. I'm out. Oh, yeah. And also, don't pray for something if you know you're not ready for, because then you're going to put yourself and that person in more than what you and them both can handle. Be ready for what you pray for, because you don't know who God's sending you and what they're dealing with. Let me say that again. You don't know if the person that you're praying for is already going through their own hell. So they're expecting you, when you get to them, to understand. Because they don't know what you're going through, you don't know what they're going through. But at the end of the day, when y'all are a couple, y'all got to learn to understand each other's pain and walk through life together and help each other deal with it. That's love. It's not putting a ring on a finger. It's not how much sex you have. It's how faithful you are to that person through good, bad, right, wrong, ugly, beautiful, rich, poor, better or worse, rich, broke, all that stuff. Because let me just say, it's not who steals your virginity, it's who steals your heart. You know what I mean? You can have sex with 1,000 people, but if the sex is meaningless, then the relationship ain't real. If the two people really don't care about each other, then the relationship is garbage.